This page features the cover of Nintendo Power, highlighted by a dramatic scene of Mewtwo facing off against Pikachu, promoting Pokémon Stadium's 3D battles. The issue promises a deep dive with a perfect dark exposé. Inside, find in-depth strategies for games such as Hydro Thunder, South Park Rally, and Nuclear Strike 64, along with top previews for Tomb Raiders on the Game Boy Color and Ogre Battle 64. Readers are also invited to participate in the 1999 Power Awards nominations vote. This issue, Volume 130 from March 2000, covers a range of popular and anticipated titles for the Nintendo consoles of the era. This page is a vibrant advertisement focused on preparing players for the challenge of Pokémon Stadium on the Nintendo 64. It features an epic lineup of Pokémon, including the powerful Blastoise, the fiery Charizard, the psychic Mewtwo, and others like Poliwhirl, Psyduck, and Pikachu, set against the backdrop of a battle arena. The core message is that Nintendo Power is the ultimate resource for strategies, tips, and secret codes to excel in the game. They are running a special offer. Subscribe for 12 issues at a significant discount and receive a free bonus item, choosing from guides for Pokémon Stadium or the trading card game, or a Pokémon TV animation comic. The page reinforces Nintendo Power's reputation as the essential source for all things Nintendo gaming. This page is a Walmart advertisement showcasing a selection of popular Nintendo games and systems, including Pokémon titles, Mario Party 2, Donkey Kong 64, 64 consoles, and Game Boy Color systems available at their always low prices. This page is the contents page, prominently featuring the highly anticipated release of Pokémon Stadium with large character art and screenshots from the game. The magazine covers a variety of titles in its strategy section, including Hydro Thunder, South Park Rally, Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling, and more. Special features highlight Perfect Dark, a preview of Ogre Battle 64, a Game Boy Color exclusive on Tomb Raider, and the 1999 Nintendo Power Awards nominations. Recurring features cover reader mail, classifieds, and various game-related columns, offering a comprehensive look at the latest Nintendo news and strategies for March 2000. This page features the Player's Pulse section, where readers share their thoughts and resolutions for the year 2000. Gamers weigh in on topics ranging from desiring a new Metroid title and the release of the Dolphin console, to wanting classic NES games on 64 carts, and debates about Mario's jumping mechanics versus headbutting. The overwhelming popularity of Pokémon is discussed, alongside personal gaming habits like playtime and spending. Accompanying the letters is vibrant reader artwork depicting characters such as Link, Samus, Mario, and a variety of Pokémon. This page presents the highly anticipated power charts, showing the top games for the Nintendo 64 and Game Boy. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time dominates the N64 chart at number 1, just ahead of GoldenEye 007 and WWF Attitude, proving the wrestling buzz is real this month. For Game Boy, Pokémon reigns supreme, followed by Pokémon Yellow and Link's Awakening. The page also includes more reader letters, with fans discussing ideas for the upcoming Dolphin console and other game topics, and features reader artwork. We see a Most Wanted list of anticipated games, and a call for nominations for the Players' Poll Awards. This page provides an in-depth look at Pokémon Stadium for the Nintendo 64. It details the game's main modes, including the challenging Stadium Tour featuring the Gym Leader Castle, and fun mini-games in the Kids Club. Players can test their skills in various tournaments, like the Pika and Prime Cups, each with distinct rules that emphasize strategy or power. A key highlight is the ability to use your own Pokémon team brought over from Game Boy via the Transfer Pack, alongside the option to rent creatures. The page also underscores the critical role of understanding Pokémon types and their combat effectiveness for building a balanced and successful battle team. This page dives into essential battle strategies for Pokémon Stadium, building upon the previous page's game overview. It offers crucial tips like checking your opponent's team and exploiting weaknesses when selecting your 3 Pokémon. Understanding speed is key, as is choosing the right lead Pokémon and employing tactics like crippling attacks or knowing when to switch. The page also details building your own custom team, comparing rental Pokémon to trained ones, explaining how to gain experience, learn new moves, and boost stats using items, emphasizing the importance of HP. These strategies are vital for success in the game's various cups and gym challenges. This page focuses on the Pika Cup in Pokémon Stadium, serving as a practical example of applying the battle strategies discussed previously. It walks you through each of the 6 main battles, including opponents like Bug Boy, Lad, Swimmer, Burglar, Mr. Fix, and Hiker, detailing their team's strengths, weaknesses, and suggested countertypes. The guide highlights specific Pokémon and their key moves, emphasizing how to exploit type matchups to your advantage. It then moves on to the challenging last battles against Lass and Fisher, describing their tougher teams and the tactics needed to overcome them. The page includes screenshots and lists of the trainers' Pokémon, their levels, types, and movesets to help you plan your team effectively. This page presents a recommended rental Pokémon team for the Pika Cup in Pokémon Stadium, focusing on an aggressive strategy with diverse types and direct damage attacks. It highlights 6 specific Pokémon and explains why they are good choices. Raichu is recommended for its electric power and useful moves like Thunder Wave. Kadabra is a strong psychic Meta type, good against ghost types, and versatile with Metronome. Gengar provides ghost and poison attacks, noted for its powerful potential despite its weaknesses. Starmie is praised for its versatility with water, psychic, and electric attacks, making it a star player. Dratini is suggested as a powerful dragon type that can learn a wide variety of attacks. Finally, Arcanine is a strong fire type, with helpful moves like Dig for coverage. The page also includes a section encouraging players to try out different Pokémon and build their own preferred teams for the Cup. This page presents a recommended team for the Pika Cup in Pokémon Stadium, focusing on a balance between aggressive attacks and passive strategies to confuse and disable opponents. The team consists of 6 trained Pokémon designed for versatility. Pikachu is highlighted for its speed and electric power, making Thunder Wave a key move. Alakazam brings potent psychic abilities and utility with Substitute. Diglett is featured as a speedy ground type excellent against electric foes, utilizing moves like Earthquake. Ghastly provides disruptive ghost and poison attacks, including the useful Confuse Ray. Poliwrath offers strong water and fighting moves like Surf and Seismic Toss. Finally, Dragonair adds a diverse set of elemental attacks like Ice Beam and Thunder Wave. The section on stat building encourages players to use items from the Game Boy games to enhance their Pokémon. This page dives deeper into the challenges and features awaiting you in Pokémon Stadium. Beyond the initial Pika Cup, prepare for tougher battles in the Petit, Poke, and Prime Cups, each featuring 8 progressively harder rounds. Enter the Gym Leader Castle to challenge the 8 gym leaders, earning badges and eventually unlocking the Elite Four. Defeating the Elite Four leads to a final showdown with your rival. Test your might against the legendary Mewtwo, even using rental Pokémon if needed. Once all major challenges are cleared, brace yourself for the extremely difficult Round 2. Engage in competitive battles in the Event Battle mode, customizing rules and time limits when playing against a friend. Organize your Game Boy Pokémon data, trade, and manage items in Professor Oak's lab by inserting your game pack. Capture memorable moments in the gallery by taking pictures of your Pokémon, with coloring based on their nickname. Unwind with friends in the Kids Club, featuring fun minigames like Clefairy Says Run, Ratau Run, and Sushiga Round. Finally, uncover secrets and earn special Pokémon rewards for completing different areas of the game, including registering all 151 Pokémon to the Hall of Fame. This page showcases the popular skateboarding game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, highlighting its release on the Nintendo 64 and Game Boy Color. You can play as Tony Hawk or 9 other pro skaters in real-world locations, pulling off hundreds of tricks and combinations like grinds and kickflips. The game offers various modes including 2-player split screen and a single-player career mode. The page includes screenshots showing the gameplay action and a quote calling it the best skateboarding game ever. This page dives into the intense boat racing action of Hydro Thunder. The game is praised for combining the speed of Rush with the wet physics of Wave Race 64, delivering an exciting experience on the N64. Players can unlock various boats and courses, competing in single-player or up to 4-player races with the expansion pack. The page offers essential Hydro hints, covering tactics like using the boat shield, handling competitors, managing boost fuel, and balancing while boosting. A detailed guide to the Lost Island course walks players through key points, including finding hidden boosts and shortcuts, illustrated with screenshots and a map of the track layout. The next page delves deeper into the world of Hydro Thunder, providing detailed guides for 4 more exhilarating courses: Thunder Park, Greek Isles, Arctic Circle, and Lake Powell. Each track features its own map, illustrating the layout and key points. The guide highlights unique challenges and valuable shortcuts on each course, like the loose boost items in Thunder Park, hidden passages behind waterfalls in Greek Isles and Lake Powell, a thrilling rooftop jump in Arctic Circle, and other clever sequence breaks, like the Whole Lotta Shortcut and Penguin Sighting. The text offers expert advice on navigating these watery challenges, crucial for finding the best paths and securing victory. The next page continues the Hydro Thunder track guides, breaking down 4 more challenging courses. You'll find detailed strategies for the Far East, Venice canals, ship graveyards, and NY disaster. Each guide includes a map of the course layout, highlights key points, and offers expert tips for finding shortcuts and maximizing your boost usage. Learn how to tackle the hidden shortcuts in the Far East, navigate the tight canals of Venice, master the shipwreck maze in the ship graveyard, and find secret routes like the revolving door in the NY disaster. These pages are packed with essential information to help you shave off crucial seconds and dominate these intense aquatic races. This page provides a detailed nautical chart offering technical data on the H.TRA speedboats featured in Hydro Thunder. It breaks down key stats like motor speed, boost, control, and stability for different boats such as Damn the Torpedoes, Midway, and Tidal Blade, using a visual arrow rating system explained by a key from poor to excellent. A short Ship Ahoy section offers a positive take on Hydro Thunder, highlighting its challenges, cool vehicles, and courses. The right side of the page showcases the Fantastic Series Nintendo 64 consoles in vibrant translucent colors like ice, smoke, fire, grape, watermelon, and jungle, available for $99.99. Alongside the hardware, hot software is featured, including Pokemon Stadium for $59.99 and Mario Party 2 and RR64 Ridge Racer 64, both priced at $49.99. The page encourages readers to visit KB Toys or KB Toy Works for their Nintendo headquarters. This page dives into the world of secrets and cheat codes for several Nintendo 64 titles. For Vigilante 8, Second Offense, it provides numerous passwords to modify gameplay, from increasing car speed and damage to altering gravity and unlocking special modes like quick play or character endings. It explains how to enter these passwords using a menu interface. Next, for Command & Conquer, a simple button sequence on the title screen unlocks the ability to replay any mission. Marines. Project S.W.ARM offers cheat words entered via a pause menu for effects like invulnerability and infinite ammunition, plus codes to unlock multiplayer characters. Finally, Xena. Warrior Princess features mid-battle button sequences to unlock characters like Despair in a bunny suit, and apply hilarious effects like big heads or polygon fighters. The page captures the fun of discovering hidden ways to play these classic games. This page is packed with codes and secrets for several Nintendo 64 games. For roadsters, you can become a millionaire by using driver names like Easy Money for massive cash, or Gimme All to unlock all cars and divisions, letting you race anywhere. Nuclear Strike 64 offers passwords like PCPNL and CPPLM to boost armor, weapon damage, and even gain invulnerability, making the terrorist threat much easier to handle. NBA Courtside 2 featuring Kobe Bryant lets you clone teams filled with celebrity players, including Nintendo staff like Minoru Arakawa and reviewer Armand Williams, or athletes like Kobe and Ken Griffey Jr., using specific sequences of SEC button taps. Duke Nukem 0 Hour provides a button code to switch from the standard third-person camera to a more immersive first-person view. Finally, Top Gear Rally 2 features an extensive list of button combinations for everything from high-resolution visuals and invincibility to silly effects like bouncy cars, a giant one big tire, upside-down racing, different camera perspectives, and even codes to make the CPU drivers crash more often in a demolition derby mode. This page dives into the world of Perfect Dark for the Nintendo 64, starting with the initial impressions of the game's presentation and the Carrington Institute training area, noted for feeling like a full mission level with various challenges like a firing range and laser grid puzzle. The reviewer highlights the game's similarity to GoldenEye 007 and praises the voice acting, particularly Daniel Carrington. A confidential report section details how information was obtained via agents N23 and K-Lob infiltrating Rare headquarters. The preview touches on the game's evolving story through cinematic scenes, beginning with Joanna's first mission at a corporate skyscraper to find Drive Carol, hinting at a conspiracy involving Datadyne, Carrington Institute, and even aliens. Overall, the game is described as looking frighteningly good and exceeding expectations. Screenshots showcase the training facilities, Rare HQ exterior, and various mission environments and characters. This page delves further into Perfect Dark, focusing on its gameplay mechanics and features. The Covert Operations section confirms controls are familiar to GoldenEye players, highlighting a quick weapon select and secondary fire. It notes the difficulty levels and the substantial size of the missions, even on easier settings, and praises the improved frame rate. Combat Simulation explores the robust multiplayer, detailing the use of human and CPU simulants, team setups, and various sim AI personalities. Artificial Intelligence showcases the advanced enemy behavior, describing guards who use tactics, react realistically, and exhibit detailed animations. Finally, the Ballistics Report details the extensive weapon arsenal, emphasizing each weapon's secondary functions and illustrating several examples like the Farsight and Psychosis gun. The reviewer is clearly impressed by the depth and polish, reinforcing that the game appears poised to surpass its predecessor. This page continues the discussion of Perfect Dark, highlighting new intelligence gathered, including the sighting of a vehicle, the existence of unlockable codes potentially tied to combat simulator achievements, and strong indications of co-op and counter-op multiplayer modes. The reviewer emphasizes the game's depth and potential to surpass GoldenEye 007, particularly praising its innovations and challenge. Screenshots provide glimpses into the game's environments and action. The right side of the page features an advertisement for Disney's Tarzan, available on Nintendo 64 and Game Boy Color, showcasing gameplay inspired by the movie. This page welcomes you to the chaotic world of South Park Rally, a racing game where speed limits are ignored and offensive behavior is encouraged. To win, you must drive fast, attack opponents, and use a variety of disgusting weapons conceived by the show's creators. The game emphasizes aggressive driving, but also highlights the need for defense, as possessing items makes you a target. The arsenal features bizarre items found in colored boxes, like Mr. Hanky, explosive diarrhea, cheesy poofs, and chocolate salty balls. The page explicitly states the game is not for kids, due to its naughty language, adult themes, and weapons, earning it a mature rating. Screenshots display familiar South Park characters, racing through various environments. The next page dives deeper into the world of South Park Rally, showcasing the 7 unique areas you'll race in around the town. You'll need to master driving in locations like the city of South Park, the farm, the sewer, the mountain, Big Gay Owls, the forest, and the volcano, each presenting its own set of challenges and hazards, like maniacal school buses or flowing lava. The page highlights diverse race types beyond simple speed, including objective-based events like capturing a trophy in South Park Rally Race 2, finding an antidote in Cow Days, collecting scattered undies in spring cleaning, hunting Easter eggs on the mountain, protecting chickens in Read a Book Day, or delivering pink lemonade at Big Gay Owls. As you progress through championship mode and beat races, you'll unlock arcade mode, allowing custom races on any track, and gain access to new characters. Screenshots illustrate the distinct visuals of each area, and the chaotic racing action featuring familiar faces. The next page continues the look at South Park Rally, detailing several holiday-themed race events like Memorial Day on an active volcano, Independence Day with a basic speed race reversed in town, Halloween's candy collection, Thanksgiving's turkey hunt, and Millennium New Year's Eve where you must hold a dimensional key. It also offers general comments on the chaotic multiplayer fun and unique South Park atmosphere. The main focus shifts to a feature on Harvest Moon 64, describing it as a new challenge on a neglected farm where you work the land, raise livestock and vegetables, and build relationships with townspeople, highlighting features like festivals and eligible women. This page delves into Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber, presenting it as a new strategic challenge following the liberation of Zenobia. It details the rising conflict against the Holy Lotus Empire and introduces the key figures known as the Palatinus players. Character profiles are provided for Magnus Gallant, the protagonist, along with his companions Leia Silvis, Diomedes Reng, and the wise Hugo Miller. The page also introduces Prince Umil and Magnus's estranged father, Ankiseth Gallant. The text highlights the game's strategic depth, tactical combat, and rich story, centered on rebellion and the fight for freedom. Screenshots depict the game's environments and battle scenes. This page expands on Ogre Battle 64, detailing its evolution from previous titles with 3D environments and improved animations, even including a tutorial mode for newcomers. It highlights the strategic depth, building upon familiar units while introducing over 30 new classes and class changes, emphasizing unit customization with weapons and armor. Players manage legions of up to 94 characters and 200 soldiers, organized into battalions that can cast combined spells. Battles are automatic, but influenced by your strategic formations and unit compositions. Victory isn't always decisive, sometimes requiring players to hunt down remaining foes or target central figures in critical battles. The game promises a vast world, extensive quests with branching paths influenced by player choices, and city/unit morale adding another layer to the strategy. The translation project for this massive game, packed with cinema scenes and multiple paths, is nearing completion, aiming for a spring release. This page dives into Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling for the N64. It's FQ's new bowling simulation, offering various ways to hit the lanes. The game offers several modes, starting with Exhibition for a standard 10-frame game. There's a skins game, translating the golf concept to bowling, where players earn skins by getting strikes. You can also enter a tournament mode, traveling the world to compete against pros. The Deep Career mode lets you create your own bowler and rise through the ranks. Practice mode allows you to work on specific pin setups and oil patterns, while Cosmic Bowl offers a fun, blacklight variation with glowing pins. The page highlights the game's realism, from scoring to recreating Brunswick pros, and its accessibility for players of all skill levels. This page delves deeper into the gameplay mechanics of Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling. It starts by explaining the importance of lane oil patterns like blend, flat, pyramid, top hat, and ramp, showing how they influence ball movement and requiring players to adapt their strategy. Next, it covers creating your own bowler, including customizing their look and setting their skill level from rookie to pro, which changes the aiming assistance provided. The page also highlights the real-life Brunswick professional bowlers featured in the game, allowing players to compete as or against stars like Mike Albee and Parker Bone Two Eyes, listing their career stats. Finally, it details the shot execution system, focusing on the power and accuracy meters and timing your input to land in the sweet spot for precision or power shots. This page dives into advanced techniques for Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling, detailing specific shots and pin situations. It explains how variables like bowler position, ball choice, and hook severity impact your game, demonstrating techniques for challenging layouts such as the severe hook, using the wall, hitting a turkey, 3 strikes, avoiding leaving a single pin hanging, tackling the difficult Granny's Dentist, 710 split, and converting a baby split. The guide stresses the importance of adapting to changing lane conditions and practicing different shots. Also featured is an advertisement for Rayman on Game Boy Color, showcasing its colorful levels and announcing it's now available to go. This page is a full-page advertisement for the arcade racing game Hydro Thunder, highlighting its thrilling boat action, unique tracks, and split-screen multiplayer on PlayStation, Nintendo 64, and Dreamcast. This page spotlights Rally Challenge 2000, a game where you battle the elements and challenging terrain in intense rally races. The game offers multiple ways to play with arcade, championship, and multiplayer modes. A key part of success is choosing the right car, with options like the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution V and Subaru Impreza WRC, each possessing different speed, torque, and steering characteristics. Mastering the game also involves tweaking car settings like tires and suspension, adapting to dynamic weather conditions, and managing the damage meter, which tracks your car's health during the race. This page delves deeper into specific courses featured in Rally Challenge 2000, providing essential details to tackle the challenging tracks. It covers diverse locations including Australia, the USA, Spain, Italy, Brazil, and Germany. For each course, the page highlights recommended vehicle settings for tires, steering, suspension, and gear ratios, crucial adjustments for optimal performance, especially considering varied surfaces and conditions. Alongside these settings, the page offers tactical tips with screenshots, demonstrating how to handle specific obstacles like gravel patches, water hazards, tight turns, and even canyon walls, helping players master the unique challenges each rally presents. This page continues the ultimate guide to Rally Challenge 2000, taking on the icy grip of Canada, requiring delicate steering and handling the middle road, or risking tire damage on rocks. Next, the English countryside of Great Britain challenges players with its meandering path, emphasizing quick steering and soft suspension for tight corners, while providing tactical tips for navigating tricky sterns and utilizing the grass on shoulders. Finally, the deceptive France course throws hidden jumps and slick grass at racers, highlighting the need for power-customized settings to conquer the French slalom, and the tricky flight check tunnel jump that can lead to disaster. This page also showcases the Nintendo 64 console, now available in 6 new fantastic colors for $99.99, perfect for customizing your setup. Also previewed are upcoming titles Pokemon Stadium, battling creatures on the N64, and Rare's highly anticipated shooter, Perfect Dark. At the bottom, Electronics Boutique details how to shop, offering services like new and hot games, low price guarantees, and game trade-ins. This page delves into the world of Nuclear Strike 64, setting the scene in Southeast Asia, where you battle Lamond and his forces. The focus here is Level 1, Delta, outlining key objectives. You'll need to eliminate informants by taking out radar sites and rescuing agents, liberate the town of Ashan by providing air support and protecting allies, and finally, capture Lamond's generals by blasting bunkers and extracting targets. The game offers a vast arsenal of vehicles, including various helicopters like the Super Apache and Hokum, jets like the AV-8 Sea Harrier and a 10X Warthog, and even a pack versus hovercraft, though the jets handle much like helicopters. You'll interact with characters such as Andrea, Cash, Hack, Naja, and the antagonist, Lamond. The gameplay involves intense combat and tactical decision-making across realistic terrain. This page moves further into the action of Nuclear Strike 64, detailing the objectives for Level 2, Island, and Level 3, Peace. On the archipelago, you join forces with the mercenary Cash to tackle Lamond's operations, stealing treasure, destroying an Assat missile and bunker, and assaulting an airbase to stop his fleet. The diverse island environment offers unique challenges. Then, in Level 3, the conflict shifts to North Korea. You must infiltrate the area to rescue Sirak agents held in detention facilities, escort an armored bus carrying dignitaries fleeing Pyongyang, and protect escaping diplomats traveling by train, which culminates in destroying a key fortress. These missions require strategic planning and precise execution under heavy fire to prevent Lamond's plot from succeeding. This page delves further into the tactical operations of Nuclear Strike 64, guiding you through the intense Level 4, DMZ, and Level 5, Fortress missions. In the demilitarized zone, you'll face Chao's rescuing Andrea, while simultaneously defending the South Korean border from a full-scale invasion, requiring strategic aerial support. The next level, Fortress, escalates the conflict as you protect agents Naja and Cash behind enemy lines. This involves destroying Lamond's radar network to stem the flow of enemies, extracting Cash, and finally locating and destroying EMP radars and critical ICBMs, including a final nuke, to prevent a catastrophic launch. The game also offers the option to replay missions with different vehicles after completion. Prominently featured on the right is Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000, highlighting motocross gameplay with licensed riders, stadiums, tracks, and freestyle events. This page previews Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color, introducing the iconic adventurer to Nintendo players. It highlights Core Design's effort to translate the classic Tomb Raider experience to the 8-bit GBC hardware, aiming for a proper adventure despite technical limitations. The game adopts a side-scrolling perspective, but includes over 50 cutscenes, advanced music, and potentially speech to enhance the narrative. A significant achievement noted is Lara Croft's animation, with 2,500 animations rendered from the original 32-bit games, showcasing detailed movement and physical expression despite her 48-pixel size on screen. The article features screenshots showing the gameplay and Lara's animated moves. This page continues the preview of Tomb Raiders on Game Boy Color. It details the game's premise, beginning with the legend of the Nightmare Stone and the evil god Quaxit in Peru, setting Lara on a quest against treasure hunters and supernatural foes. The game features 5 levels with multiple sub-levels, offering exploration and puzzle solving through activating doors and using items like dynamite, hinting at a more open structure than a typical side-scroller. Combat involves Lara's signature pistols, upgradable with ammo, and a tracking system to target off-screen enemies. Navigation requires mastering acrobatics like leaps, crouches, rolls, and ladder climbing. Players will find useful items like medipacks, but must also beware of deadly traps like shooting darts and dangerous terrain. Early enemies include jungle creatures like scorpions, bats, and snakes, preparing Lara for greater challenges. This page continues the preview of Tomb Raiders on Game Boy Color, highlighting aspects beyond just combat. It stresses the importance of puzzle solving, requiring players to find items or activate levers to advance. The section on levers explains how they are often placed near gates or traps, and sometimes require shooting to activate. Looking ahead, the preview mentions the game's upcoming spring release, promising level bosses and various enemies such as jaguars and crocodiles, assuring players it will be a true Lara Croft adventure on Game Boy. The page also features a full-page advertisement for Pacific Baseball trading cards. This page is all about Pokémon, highlighting the Pokémon Center features. The main article covers the ongoing Pokémon Stadium Tour, where trainers can bring their teams from red, blue, or yellow to battle in 3D tournaments, and even get the rare Mew. The page also includes a PokéChat queue and a tackling player queries, discussing Pokémon Stadium's multiplayer, the release of the first movie on video, unique move differences in Pokémon Yellow, and hints at a future voice recognition Pokémon game. There's also a peek at a special 64 bundle centered around Pokémon Stadium and a gallery displaying fan artwork. This page features more Pokémon content, starting with the Ask the Pro section addressing reader questions. It offers advice on beating Brock in Pokémon Yellow by training a Butterfree, provides strategies for catching Abra in red, blue, or yellow by using paralysis, and gives detailed instructions for taking specific photos of Musk and Sandshrew in Pokémon Snap. The Coliseum section highlights a featured players team for Pokémon Stadium, showcasing powerful Pokémon like Articuno, Mewtwo, Snorlax, Hypno, Zapdos, and Starmie, noting their high HP and diverse movesets built for long battles and recovery. There is also a small gallery showcasing fan art. This page features a heartfelt tribute to Brock from the Pokémon cartoon, highlighting the strong reaction to his departure. Titled, Bye Bye Brock, the article notes the flood of messages and sadness surrounding his exit, presenting a gallery of fan art dedicated to the character, showcasing various interpretations and moods of Brock submitted by readers. On the right side, you'll find an advertisement for Top Gear Pocket 2 on Game Boy Color, a racing game promising varied courses, authentic rally cars, and dynamic weather conditions. This page delves into the world of golf on the go, with a feature on Tiger Woods' PGA Tour 2000 for the Game Boy Color. It's presented as a detailed simulation aiming to satisfy golf enthusiasts with intricate controls for managing your swing and multiple modes of play, including stroke, tournament, skins game, and shootout. The game boasts courses based on real locations like Summerlin, Sawgrass, and Scottsdale, with a detailed overhead map provided for Summerlin's 15th hole. The review highlights the game's technical depth compared to more arcade-style golf titles, discussing player options and the 3-click swing mechanic needed for powerful shots. It suggests the controls, while initially complex, become intuitive after some practice. This page features 2 Game Boy Color ports of popular late 90s console games. First up is Vigilante 8, bringing its groovy 70s car combat action to the handheld. The core gameplay, characters, and levels like Hoover Dam and Ski Resort are intact, alongside modes like Road Trip and Arcade, with new timed attack and progressive variations added. Then we have Ready 2 Rumble Boxing, translating its over-the-top pugilism. The game includes arcade and championship modes, featuring a roster of boxers from the original, with more unlockable characters beyond the initial 7. Mastering special moves by spelling Rumble and unleashing Fists of Fury are key to victory in this GBC adaptation. This page checks out 2 more Game Boy Color releases. First up is Titus the Fox, a platformer that originally debuted in 1993. The GBC version brings back the classic gameplay, featuring platforming, puzzle solving with items, and even includes a 2-player cooperative mode with Zoro. It offers challenging levels and items like balloons and diamonds to collect, and enemies like Mean Greens. Then there's Border Zone, an uncomplicated snowboarding game for those looking for fun on the slopes. It features various modes including race, time attack, trick, and slalom runs, across 4 different courses. You can choose from a selection of riders and boards, each with different stats, to tackle hazards and pull off tricks in this straightforward winter sports title. This page dives into a trio of Game Boy Color titles. First up is Konami's Millennium Winter Sports, focusing on button-mashing excellence across multiple events like ski jumping, bobsled, and speed skating, promising a solid workout for your fingers in pursuit of gold. Next, the Microsoft Entertainment Pack The Puzzle Collection brings brain teasers designed partly by Tetris creator Alexei Pajitnov, offering a portable way to enjoy various puzzles like Jewel Chase and Rat Poker without needing a PC. Finally, Tonka Raceway lets you tear up tracks in heavy-duty vehicles, focusing on earning points for upgrades and navigating varied terrains and obstacles in a straightforward racing experience. This page kicks off the 1999 Nintendo Power Awards nominations, giving readers the power to vote for the year's best games. After a year packed with releases, It's time to honor the standouts across categories like Best Story, Best Graphics, Most Innovative, and Best Music, each featuring a curated list of top nominees. Crucially, the Best Overall Game Award allows voting for any title released in 1999. Readers could submit their choices via mail or online. The page is vibrant with screenshots of various games and features character art for heroes like Mario, Rayman, and Leon Kennedy, showcasing the depth and variety of gaming on Nintendo systems that year. This page continues the 1999 Nintendo Power Awards nominations, delving into more specific categories. Readers are invited to cast their votes for the games that stood out in areas like Best Sound, celebrating immersive audio design, and Best Gameplay Variety, honoring titles packed with diverse modes and activities. The page also highlights nominees for Best Minigame/Mode, recognizing compelling secondary experiences within games. Action games compete in their own section, featuring titles like Super Smash Bros. And Rayman 2, while the Best of Sports Gaming, including Madden NFL 2000 and Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest, vie for recognition. Finally, the intense world of virtual wrestling has its own category. The page showcases a variety of screenshots and character art, reflecting the diverse lineup of nominees across these distinct gaming experiences. This page continues the 1999 NP Awards nominations, focusing on specific game genres and unique categories. The Fantastic Voyage section highlights the nominees for Best Adventure Game, featuring titles like Donkey Kong 64, Castlevania, and Resident Evil 2. For those who prefer strategic depth or deep narratives, Epic Picks lists the nominees for Best Role-Playing/Strategy Game, including Hybrid Heaven, Pokemon Yellow, and Command & Conquer. Racing enthusiasts can cast their votes for Life in the Fast Lane, with nominees such as Beetle Adventure Racing and Star Wars Episode 1, Racer. What Friends Are For covers Best Multiplayer Game nominees like Mario Party, Super Smash Bros., and Beetle Adventure Racing. The You've Come a Long Way Baby category celebrates the best update of a classic, recognizing revamped games like Super Mario Bros. Deluxe and Asteroids Hyper 64. Finally, If Only Games awarded style points, seeks the coolest weapon or move from nominees like Donkey Kong 64 and Battle Tanks. The page features various screenshots and character art, representing the nominated games across these categories. This page continues the 1999 Nintendo Power Awards nominations, showcasing achievements in various game categories. Altered States celebrates the Best Edit Mode, featuring games like Lego Racer and WWF WrestleMania $2,000 for their customization options. Home of the Brave highlights the Best New Hero, listing nominees such as Rayman, Claire, Redfield, and Tiny Kong. The Best Game Boy Game nominees are found under Notable Portables, including popular titles like Pokemon Yellow and Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. The Best Thing Since Sliced Bread awards the Best N64 game, with nominees like Donkey Kong 64, Super Smash Bros., and Rayman 2 headlining the list. For Overlooked Gems, Slipping Underneath the Radar lists the most underrated games, featuring Harvest Moon 64 and Shadow Man among others. Finally, the Yeararg Award calls out the toughest level or task, recognizing frustrating challenges from games like Donkey Kong 64 and Jet Force Gemini. Readers can cast their votes for a chance to win prizes. The page is illustrated with screenshots and character art from the nominated games. This page features the Council Corner, offering expert advice for tough gaming challenges. For Harvest Moon 64, the focus is on wooing the 5 potential wives: Anne, Ellie, Maria, Karen, and Popuri. The guide emphasizes understanding their unique personalities and offering thoughtful gifts like animals, eggs, or flowers, along with images of the characters in the game. Shifting gears to Jet Force Gemini, the page tackles multiple hurdles. It provides a breakdown on defeating the formidable Tophet boss by targeting vulnerable points in sequence. Navigation tips are given for entering Mazar's palace, detailing how to use an electronic map and traverse molten lava. Finally, advice is offered on progressing in the Cerulean level after acquiring the Tri-Rocket Launcher, including using the weapon against specific enemies and finding the level exit, accompanied by gameplay screenshots. This page features the Council Corner, offering expert strategies and tips across several games. For Armorines, Project S.WARM guides cover activating the monorail by helping Administrator Delaney, escaping Siberia by using mines and defeating a bug, and locating the experimental chemical gun in the Aztec Temple by solving environmental puzzles. Mickey's Racing Adventure Tips focus on upgrading your car by earning Disney dollars on easier tracks and buying from Professor Von Drake. Plus, how to unlock Mickey's Garage and find cheats by winning boss races and checking the post office mailbox after completing Chip's Secret Challenge 1. The Q&A section provides quick answers for Mario Party 2, Turok, Rage Wars, and Command & Conquer, addressing common player issues like gameplay mechanics and secrets. Phone numbers are available for direct assistance. This page dives into Blaster Master. Enemy Below for Game Boy Color, bringing back the classic tank-based action. The article highlights the agile Sophia tank and its versatile capabilities, including a range of upgrades like high jump, engine boost, hover, dive, and wall climbing, earned by defeating various bosses. It also details offensive options, such as homing, thunderbrake, and three-way missiles. Beyond tank combat, the game features sections where driver Jason exits Sophia to navigate tight areas and catacombs on foot, offering a different gameplay perspective. The content emphasizes the return of Jason and Sophia to battle resurrected subterranean creatures, capturing the intense feel of the original. This page provides a detailed look at the early levels of Blaster Master. Enemy Below. It presents the overall area layout, showing how the first 4 areas, the forest, the castle, the factory, and the sewers, connect. A helpful map key is included to decipher the symbols used on the maps of these subterranean levels. The guide breaks down areas 1 through 4, offering descriptions of their environments and challenges. Each area features a boss, and strategies are provided for defeating them. The cannibal flower in Area 1, the ground snake in Area 2, the poisonous frog in Area 3, and the lobster in Area 4. The catacomb sections, where Jason explores on foot, are highlighted as dangerous, emphasizing increased vulnerability, but also mentioning useful techniques like strafing and bonus upgrades found within. The maps and screenshots give players a clear visual guide to navigate the game's initial underground areas. This page continues the Blaster Master Guide, diving into the later areas. Area 5, the Secret River, forces you out of the tank to swim after defeating the shellfish boss for the dive upgrade. Area 6 is the Ice Station, a slippery challenge requiring you to blast ice blocks and navigate carefully to face the dinosaur boss. Area 7, the Caverns, can be disorienting, but finding the cave lets you switch to Jason to blast through. Stock up on hover items as enemies relentlessly pursue you here. Finally, Area 8, the Hive, is the monster's stronghold, a treacherous place where the pillbug enemies can force you out of Sophia, and spike traps demand taking damage to pass. The page also features an advertisement for Dragon Warrior Monsters on Game Boy Color, highlighting its collection and breeding of over 200 monsters, and its connection to the Dragon Quest series. This page features a look at Rayman for the Game Boy Color. It kicks off by highlighting the return to classic side-scrolling adventures, noting that while Rayman is missing limbs, the fun elements are definitely present. The article touches upon various items you'll collect, like keys for infrared trading, hearts for health, extra lives, plums for transport, cages to free friends, fists to extend reach, and hoops for grappling. It then provides brief guides for levels in Spellbound Forest and Airy Tunes, detailing how to acquire the Helico Hover power after completing Airy Tunes. Screenshots showcase the distinct looks of these levels and specific challenges, like navigating tricky platforms and using the air horns. The review praises the game as a vibrant, fast, and furious GBC-exclusive side-scroller that lives up to the series standards, packing 30 stages into the adventure. This page continues the guide for Rayman on Game Boy Color, exploring more levels and mechanics. It covers the Ancient Forest Level 1, focusing on mastering the grappling ability, and utilizing plums for traversal and finding secrets. The guide then moves to the challenging Arcane Forest Level 2, detailing navigation through hazardous areas using bouncing heads and grappling hooks, including how to acquire the Gold Fist upgrade. Next is the Fiery Depths Level 2, explaining how to survive the lava-filled environment by riding geysers, swinging from bats, and manipulating spiked balls. The page culminates with strategies for defeating the final boss, Mr. Dark, by dodging his attacks and hitting him in his vulnerable form. It concludes by mentioning that revisiting earlier levels with new powers unlocks hidden areas for 100% completion. This page presents the arena challenges for the month, starting with Mario Party 2, daring players to set new minigame records without being a party pooper. Next is a challenge for Disney's Tarzan, requiring players to prove their mastery by reaching 100% completion on hard mode. The NBA Courtside 2 challenge focuses on the three-point contest, asking players to post their best score. There are also twisted challenges, asking difficult questions about Mario Golf and NBA Live 2000 on the N64. The Try This section features a Pokemon puzzle, blending images of 8 different Pokemon for identification, and a St. Patrick's Day quiz about green items and characters in various games like Donkey Kong 64, Jet Force Gemini, Pokemon, N64 game packs, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron. The challenge scoreboard highlights top players in Star Wars, Rogue Squadron, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Beetle Adventure Racing. Finally, the Who Am I asks players to identify an actor who voiced a mystery character in a recent 64 game after appearing in The Phantom Menace. This page features a fun personality quiz titled, What Color Are You? Tied to the release of the Fantastic series of Nintendo 64 consoles. The page displays images of the 6 translucent 64 colors: smoke, watermelon, jungle, ice, grape, and fire, along with their corresponding controllers and playful character doodles. The text explains that these consoles are arriving soon, and each color is linked to a gaming personality. The quiz asks questions about player preferences in various game scenarios, from Yoshi's Story and Mario Parties, to Pokemon types and playing styles in Legend of Zelda and Super Smash Bros. By answering the questions, players discover which fantastic color best suits their gaming personality. Promising results on the next page. This is a clever way to engage readers with the new console colors, suggesting that your choice of N64 reflects your style as a gamer. The next page delivers the results of the What's Your Color quiz, revealing your fantastic Fun 64 gaming personality. You might be the jungle type, enjoying adventure games like Super Mario 64 and Tarzan, or maybe the strategic grape gamer who masters titles like Command & Conquer 64 and StarCraft 64. Fire personalities tackle intense action in WrestleMania 2000 and Tony Hawk Pro Skater, while ice players dominate racing with Wave Race 64 and Hydro Thunder. Smoke gamers are stealth masters in GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. If you're an all-around player who loves every game, you're a watermelon. The page also features a contest where you can win a fantastic 64 bundle matching these personalities, showing images of consoles in each color paired with related games. Full contest rules are provided for entry details. This page features a power guide to the latest Nintendo 64 releases from March 2000, providing detailed reviews of Top Gear Hyperbike, Pokemon Stadium, and Hydro Thunder. Top Gear Hyperbike is highlighted for its sharp graphics on 2 wheels and the ability to create custom tracks with the track editor, offering gravity-based controls for precise handling. Pokemon Stadium brings the world of Pokemon battles to 3D, showcasing impressive animations and allowing players to use their Pokemon from the Game Boy titles. Hydro Thunder offers intense boat racing, with colorful, detailed environments and a focus on boosts, providing a strong arcade-like experience. Each game is reviewed across categories like graphics, play control, and sound, complete with overall ratings and individual staff scores, offering insights into the reviewer's thoughts on these titles. Screenshots accompany each review, giving a visual preview of the gameplay. This page continues with Nintendo 64 game reviews, this time featuring Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling, Nuclear Strike 64, South Park Rally, and Rally Challenge 2000. Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling is praised for its realistic simulation and multiple modes, offering solid graphics and control for bowling fans. Nuclear Strike 64 brings the classic series to N64, with impressive graphics and action-packed helicopter combat, though some find it hard to track shots. South Park Rally is a unique kart racer, with the show's distinct look and objective-based gameplay, though its mature rating is noted. Rally Challenge 2000 provides a rally racing experience with different car settings and environmental effects, like dust, offering championship, and arcade modes. The reviews offer insights into each game's strengths and weaknesses. This page reviews 4 games for the Game Boy Color. Rayman is highlighted for its impressive graphics and sizable platforming adventure with challenging levels, although the controls can occasionally falter. Vigilante 8 brings vehicle combat to the portable, adapting the N64 game with varied missions, though the steering is noted as problematic. Blaster Master. Enemy Below updates the classic NES action game with precise controls and a good challenge across large areas. Finally, Hello Kitty's Cube Frenzy offers a puzzling experience with cute characters and surprisingly tough block arranging gameplay. This page reviews 2 more Game Boy Color titles. NBA Showtime gets a 6.8 overall rating, praised for its crisp graphics and varied dunk animations, but criticized for awkward controls and weak sound, especially noting it's only one player. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2000 scores a 6.6, featuring real courses and various modes, though its graphics are considered bland and the swing interface is technical. Also featured is an advertisement for Battlezone, Rise of the Black Dogs on Nintendo 64, a tank combat and strategy game with multiple modes, multiplayer for up to 4, and a wide variety of tanks and weapons, set to release in March 2000. This page continues with more Game Boy Color reviews. Microsoft Puzzle Collection receives a 6.3, praised for offering 6 varied puzzle games, though its appeal may be limited. Tonka Raceway scores a 6.2, noted as a racing game for younger players with a rumble feature. Millennium Winter Sports gets a 6.1 for its 8-event sports action, with good graphics but twitchy controls. Border Zone is rated 6.0, a snowboarding title with mixed reviews on sound and animation. Titus the Fox, a classic platformer, also gets a 6.0, returning with 2-player support and bonus levels. The page prominently features an advertisement for Magical Tetris Challenge on Game Boy Color, showcasing Disney characters and different game modes. Additional sections explain the magazine's evaluation process, how ratings are weighted, and the meanings of ESRB age rating symbols. This page focuses on upcoming Nintendo 64 titles and industry news. The headline story, Mad Martian Plans Universal Mayhem, details the plot of Duck Dodgers in the 24th one-half century, where Marvin the Martian is building a superweapon. The game will feature Daffy Duck collecting energy atoms across various worlds to stop him, with gameplay including mini-games like basketball and boxing, and Daffy utilizing jetpacks and ray guns. Early impressions note it was buggy, but showed promise with great characters, stages, graphics, and sound. The page also covers significant news from Nintendo of America, as Chairman Howard Lincoln is retiring. Other games announced at a recent summit are mentioned, including Conker's Bad Fur Day, Alice in Wonderland, Zelda Gaiden, Excitebike 64, and new Pokemon titles like Pokemon Attack and Pikachu VRS. A smaller section highlights other games arriving this month: Hercules, All-Star Baseball 2001, Metal Gear Solid, and Xena, each with a brief caption. This page provides hands-on previews of upcoming games. A Legendary Journey Begins, details Hercules. The Legendary Journeys, a game based on the TV show featuring characters like Hercules and Iolaus. Vast areas to explore, magic, and an inventory system, with a summer release planned. Konami's Gear previews Metal Gear Solid for Game Boy Color, outlining Solid Snake's mission to save the world with action levels and stealth elements. Its release is anticipated around March or April. McGrath Busts Out covers McGrath Supercross 2000, highlighting different bike sizes, a track editor, but noting graphics and control aren't as polished as Excitebike 64. It's expected in May, with the track editor available in April. The Field of Dreams delves into All-Star Baseball 2001, updated with new features like a quick start mode, and including a Cooperstown Legends team with players like Nolan Ryan and Brooks Robinson, noted for its photorealistic graphics despite annoying announcers. This page dives into upcoming games. Under Pack Peaks, we get details on THQ's Aiden Chronicles. The First Mage, a promising N64 RPG focusing on deep gameplay and character interaction due this summer. N64 debuts showcases Turok 3, still early in development for a late summer/fall release, alongside Konami's Blades of Steel 2000 and GT Interactive Sydney 2000 Olympic game. For Game Boy Color, Titus's Xena RPG and Winnie the Pooh, Adventures in the 100-Acre Wood are featured, highlighting their graphics and target audiences. Coming Soon previews Pokemon Trading Card Game and Tecmo's Monster Rancher Battle Card GB, both card battling games with trading elements. More GBC titles are covered, including a scaled-down driver, a Muppets platformer, Baseball with Triple Play 2001, Men in Black 2, Trick Border, and Croc. The page also includes a multi-section release forecast, listing many games planned for winter 1999, spring 2000, and beyond. This page looks ahead to upcoming releases and bonus content. The next issue is previewed, highlighting Perfect Dark, the highly anticipated Bun 64 follow-up to GoldenEye, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, promising tips for both games. Daikatana is also featured, described as an exotic mix of RPG, time travel fantasy, and shooter coming in April. For Game Boy Color, Polaris Snowcross is spotlighted, detailing its advanced snowmobile physics, rumble feature, customization options, multiplayer link cable support, and hardcore techno soundtrack, set for a February 2000 release. Subscribers are getting a special Mewtwo Pokemon trading card game bonus card. The bottom of the page includes extensive lists of past and upcoming game releases across various platforms.